7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, and welcome to Depraved Indifference to Intelligent Life. I'm your host, Pravi, and this is another one of my little vlog podcast thingies. Still not sure what to call it. Still haven't come up with an intro yet, or an outro, I should say. But there's just a couple of things I kind of want to talk about here today. Nothing too super major. This isn't going to be a super long video, I hope. But first off, as many of you may have noticed, there's been some changes to the site. I've got some new channel artwork up, some new icon artwork. Makes the pages look a little slicker, I think, than my own lame attempts. Just to let you know, there is a link down by my links on the main front of the YouTube page where I have the link to my Facebook page, my blog, my Twitter, and the Patreon account. There is a new link at the end called BNIE. Beanie or Beanie, it might be. I think it's Beanie. But Beanie is a blog of the artist who drew both the icon art and the channel art for my new channel. He is, I believe it's a he, but he is, if it isn't a he, I apologize. I'm not entirely sure. But this artist is fantastic, does some amazing work, and you can get a hold of them through the blog they have up there. Just check it out there. There should be an email somewhere on his blog where you can, if you like his art, you can order commissions that he will do, and he does a very good job, good turnaround. I am pleased with his prices. So yes, check out Beanie's stuff. Please go right ahead, check it out. He's got some pretty cool stuff. I like it. I liked it enough to put it on my channel page. What's next? Yes, Paradox Interactive has bought White Wolf Studios. That's interesting because last I heard, White Wolf was bought by CPP many years ago, and they were looking to do a Vampire the Masquerade MMO, which ended up going for a time, going with production. Things were moving forward slowly, and then we hadn't heard anything for a while, and suddenly it was canceled and wasn't going to be happening anymore. They were going to be focusing on EVE Online, which is okay. They had some interesting ideas for it. Not sure it could have worked. They were talking about having players, like actual players being the prince and the positions of power in the city, and that these things could change and shift as players got outed. But the player that plays the prince, he could literally call blood hunts on other players if he wanted to. But there was that check and balance of, well, if you just start calling blood hunts on everybody, then the people are going to get pissed off at you and roost you out and put a new prince in place. So there was a lot of that they were saying was going to come into this. And now we find out that quite suddenly, Paradox Interactive game studio has bought White Wolf and has all of its IP properties. I've heard that there may be some issues with Kickstarter going forward. Current Kickstarter projects are going to continue and be finished, but there's no mention of future Kickstarter projects. I don't know if Paradox Interactive is going to foot up the money for some of these, or if they're in talks to continue doing this kickstarting of the 20th anniversary editions, because they've already got Werewolf 20 and Vampire 20. I have them on my shelf. I've kickstarted the Mage 20 and the Wraith 20, so those will be coming eventually. I think Mage is next year here sometime, supposedly. So I don't know what all's going on with that. But the fact that they are they have the intellectual property rights to all the World of Darkness stuff that they're looking to put out a new meta plot, a one World of Darkness. I hear they're calling it. This could be interesting. There's also the fact that they're a game studio, so they may want to make video games based off of the World of Darkness franchise. I'm interested in that. Um, as you've seen, if you've been on my page, I've started replaying some Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I'm planning on doing a full playthrough of that. Oh my god, we're already at 5 minutes. This actually might be a bit of a longer one. I'm rambling. So yeah, but yeah, so I started replaying that. I'm planning on doing a full playthrough of it and actually beating the game this time. We shall see. But yes, Paradox Interactive. I'm interested to see what comes next from them because White Wolf and its the World of Darkness stuff is something that I quite enjoy, and there haven't been many games for it. There have been the one game, Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, and then Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, both for the PC, and then I think there was another one, which may have been werewolfy related. I'm not sure. I remember hearing something about it many, many years ago. So yeah, definitely want to check that out. I've heard good things about the Peanuts movie that's out. I've only seen the trailer of it, and all I have to say about the trailer is I watched it, and when I first heard they were making a Peanuts movie, I wasn't interested. I was like, really? You're gonna make a Peanuts movie? Come on, guys! You're just mining the bedrock now of the old cartoons, the old comics and stuff. There's nothing there. You can't make a cartoon today about that. It just wouldn't fly. You're just scraping the bottom of the barrel for something to make a movie about. That's what I thought when I first heard about it. And I hadn't been interested as things have been going on. I hadn't even paid any attention to any news about the Peanuts movie. And then I heard the trailer's up. Oh, they've got a trailer now. I actually heard before that they had the thing of the Peanuts. You can peanutize yourself, make yourself look like a Peanuts character. Didn't really mess around with that. But I'd heard that they'd had the trailer out, so I'm like, I'll go have a look at least. Why not? Fired up on YouTube, Peanuts trailer, pop it up, and I watched it. It was about a minute and a half, 2 minute trailer. And by the end of it, I was 5 years old again. Pretty much. I was sitting there, 5 years old, going, how did this happen? How did you make me care about something that I could not care less about? Could not have cared less about earlier? How did you do that? Because it's an amazing little trailer. It does so much with what's there, and it feels so much like the old cartoons, the old Peanuts cartoons. Charlie, it's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, and all that. It really feels like back in that time. It feels so similar. I know that they've updated it and whatnot. I believe for a bit of a moderner style and whatnot, and it looked gorgeous. The art style and everything just looked absolutely gorgeous. But that was my phone going off. Don't worry about that. But it just felt so much like the old Peanuts cartoons that I enjoyed it. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. He's looking like he might jump up here and get in front of the camera. Let's see here. What else is there to talk about? I've been reading The Day of the Triffids. Still working on getting through that. It's an interesting one by John Wyndham. Oh yes, that's right. Book haul news. I got a kitty down here. Oh yes. I've got the Night Vale novel. It's on my shelf back there. I'm going to be reading that too sometime soon. In the future, I will be covering it on You Should Be Reading. I've got a couple more of Ellie Modesitt Jr.'s books that I'm needing. I'm about 7 or 8, maybe 9 books away, including the ones that are coming out, from having everything that he's released. So I'm looking forward to completing that and reading all of his work, because so far I still haven't found a bad novel of his. There's a few other books that I picked up, minor little things here and there. I've got a few new games that I've got on my system. I picked up Mini Ninjas because a friend of mine told me all about it. I've been working on getting my picture, my video of me, or my head at least, while I'm playing my games. I'm figuring that out in terms of my Pravi's wheelhouse. And oh yes, Jessica Jones is coming too. That one, that one looks very interesting. I saw the trailer for that and the smaller mini trailers. David Tennant. Now I don't know much about Jessica Jones. I don't know anything about really the comics. I've seen a couple YouTube videos explaining that this is what happened with her. This is how this comic was. Apparently, Alias Investigations was the one involving her, Jessica Jones, and it was fairly dark, fairly dark stuff, X-rated, and that there seems to be some of that in here. I don't know how much is going to be in there. I mean, this is Netflix, so I'm not sure how much they're going to put in that. But it would be interesting to see, and David Tennant as the bad guy, who can just make people do what he wants. I mean, that's fairly creepy. And it's David Tennant, so you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to get a stellar performance there. One thing I remember someone saying that it's looking like they might be doing the television ones centered around villains for the whole arc of the seasons, and that this could be a bad thing if they did that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't break things down that badly. What are you doing? He's clawing at the thing. But yeah, it's very interesting. Also played some Netrunner recently, and that was quite fun. I lost about 6 games when I played, and had fun every single time I lost, because I'm learning stuff. I'm always learning. I'm not really a super high-end deck deck builder game person. I haven't played much Magic the Gathering or any other deck builder type games, so I'm still learning. I'm still a newbie in that regard. I don't think of decks in terms of, well, if I put this many cards in it and this many cards is in the deck and I have these many of these, that gives me such and such of a chance of drawing this card. And I don't play that type of thing. I just kind of build. I'm like, that looks like it would be fun to play. That's how I do it. So yes, but yeah, I think I will leave it here for this. It's a fairly small little blog. Oh yes, before I go, I would just like to say thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed and those who are still subscribed. I'm up to 20 subscribers now. That's amazing. I'm liking that. It's not a lot compared to some. There's a few people there that have millions of subscribers or a few 100,000 subscribers. That's okay. I'm happy with what I have. I'm glad people are at least enjoying my videos. So please, if you are watching this for the first time, you're watching my channel for the first time, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And if you want, you can even check out my Twitter or my blog. I post some other things on there, not just my video links, but they are posted on there, and my Facebook page, which also gets some stuff posted on there too. So yes, we'll leave it there for now. But yes, thank you all. Thank you all for sticking around and enjoying my work. So I really need to find an intro for this. Maybe there is no intro, or outro, I should say. You just don't have an outro, and then that kind of is the outro. That's very very philosophical, very deep. But no, I do need to find one eventually. But not right now. We shall see. We shall see. So I'll leave it there, and you all have a good week, a good month. Um, I hope you all had a good Halloween, and I hope you do have a good Christmas coming up. And I'll see you all next time.